Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. I am so excited to have you here today. We are diving into something literally world-changing, the amazing story of how matter moves through our biosphere. We're going to explore how our planet sustains itself to these absolutely brilliant natural systems. It's a story of nature's perfect design. And guess what? You are a part of it.
I mean, seriously, think about it for a second. Have you ever wondered where the actual materials that make up your very own body come from? Or, where they go after plants and animals pass away? Well, the answer is kind of mind-blowing. In nature, absolutely nothing goes to waste. It is the ultimate recycling system. Matter just moves in this never-ending loop between living things and the environment. It gets used again and again and again. Okay, let's dive into this and ask our first big question. Who takes part?
First up, we've got the producers. We're talking about plants, algae, and even some types of bacteria. These guys are basically the starting line of our biological cycle. Why? Because they literally make their own food. They just soak up sunlight, pull in some water and carbon dioxide, grab a few minerals from the dirt, and boom! They create all the energy they need to grow. Oh, and as a massive bonus for the rest of us, they pump fresh oxygen right into the air.
Next in line, we have the consumers. This group covers all the animals out there, and yep, that includes us humans. See, since we can't just magically make a meal out of sunshine like plants do, we've got to get our energy by eating plants or by eating other animals. So as consumers, we breathe in that sweet oxygen the producers just made, and we breathe out carbon dioxide. And over time, just through breathing and leaving behind waste, consumers return vital substances right back to the environment. And finally, we have the decomposers. Honestly, these are the total unsung heroes of nature. We're talking bacteria and fungi, like mushrooms. They handle the final, absolutely crucial step in the cycle. Whenever plants and animals die or leave waste behind, decomposers swoop in to break all those remains down. It's like unlocking a vault. They release all those precious, trapped nutrients straight back into the soil, the water, and the air. So we know the players, but get ready to see how they connect. How does the cycle work?
And this brilliantly illustrates the whole thing in action. It's the never-ending cycle of matter. You can see exactly how it all flows in a perfect, continuous circle. The plants pull what they need from the earth and the sun, the animals come along and eat the plants, and then eventually decomposers break the whole shebang right back down into the dirt. It is a completely self-sustaining loop.
Let's walk through it step by step just to be sure we've got it. Step 1, the cycle kicks off with the sun blasting energy down to the plants so they can make food. Step 2, animals eat those plants or they eat each other to power up. Step 3, the decomposers step up to break down any leftover plant and animal remains. And finally, Step 4, because of those amazing decomposers, all the nutrients are returned to the wild. And since those nutrients are now sitting pretty in the soil and water, plants can use them all over again. The cycle literally never stops.
Let's move on and see how this builds. Where does it happen? Well, it happens everywhere on Earth, stretching across 4 main spheres. First up is the atmosphere, which is basically the air above us, where gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide are always swirling around. Second is the hydrosphere, meaning all the water in our rivers, lakes, and oceans. Third, we've got the lithosphere, which is the solid ground under our feet, packed with soil and rocks storing tons of nutrients. And fourth is the biosphere, covering all the living organisms that actually use and recycle this stuff. So matter is constantly hopping back and forth between the air, the water, the earth, and living things.
Let's shift gears for a second and talk about matter versus energy.
So the crucial point here is a big one. Matter cycles, but energy flows. They are totally different. Matter is recycled. It moves in circles and is used again and again and again. Nothing gets lost, but energy? Energy goes on a one-way trip. It beams all the way down from the sun, passes through the living things here on Earth, and eventually just escapes right back out into space as heat. So remember, matter cycles, but energy just flows through. Let's keep this energy going and look at some examples of natural cycles.
There are a bunch of these specific cycles running in the background all around us 24/7. You've got the water cycle moving rain down to the rivers, out to the oceans, and back up into the clouds. Then there's the carbon and oxygen cycles, tossing gases back and forth between plants and animals. And don't forget the nitrogen, phosphorus, and sulfur cycles. Those are the ones churning the heavy-duty nutrients deep in the soil. The stuff that living things absolutely depend on to survive and grow.
When you put all these cycles together, they do something absolutely crucial. They keep nature in perfect balance. They make sure plants have their nutrients, which in turn guarantees animals have their food.
Honestly, without these natural cycles constantly humming along, life on Earth simply wouldn't exist. No way.
Now, what's really interesting here is asking what happens if we disturb the cycles?
There are actually a few key ways human actions can accidentally mess with this delicate balance. Take cutting down forests, for example. Fewer trees means fewer plants absorbing carbon dioxide, so more of it gets trapped in the air. Burning fossil fuels just dumps even more carbon dioxide into that cycle. Then you have pollution, which directly damages the hydrosphere, our rivers and oceans, throwing the water cycle completely out of whack. And even using too many artificial fertilizers can overload the soil, totally upsetting the natural nitrogen and phosphorus cycles.
So, what does this all mean for us? It means that protecting nature is exactly how we keep these natural cycles healthy. We aren't just watching the biosphere from the outside like it's a movie. We're living right smack in the middle of it. We are a part of nature's cycles. If we take care of nature today, nature takes care of us tomorrow. It's what provides the very air we breathe and the food on our plates.
And that brings us to the end of this explainer, but really it's just the beginning of your role in all this. Since every single small action genuinely matters in a system this connected, I want to leave you with a question to chew on. What is one thing you can do today to help protect our planet's amazing natural cycles? Think about that for a bit, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.